Tuesday, December 24th, 2019, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So I won't be making a video tomorrow, seeing that it's Christmas Day. I'll be back the day after. Today I want to talk about whether there's a gold rush in Germany. What's going on in Germany? I saw an interesting tweet yesterday. I'll come back to that in a minute. Before that though, with Christmas and the end of the year, I've got my Xmas 2019 or XMAS 2019 promo code in the Teespring store, Maneco 64 Teespring store. I've got some new mugs that I designed in the last 24 hours that might interest some of my European viewers who are part of the Eurozone, who use the Euro. It's the ECB mug. As you can see here, I've also got it in French, Fermez la BCE, and also in German, Herunterfahren die EZB. And on the other side of the mug, I've got the ECB president, pretty much where she should be, right? Anyway, and why is Lagarde behind bars? Well, because she was convicted a couple of years ago in France and given a 1-year prison sentence. It was to do with the time when she was finance minister in France, but they dropped the 1-year prison sentence. But she was convicted of criminal activity while a government minister. Anyway, let's look into what's going on in Germany. Yesterday, I received a message from one of the persons who follows me on Twitter, and they sent me that, and they said, "Is this true?" And I started looking into it. So it's tweeted out by Mark Friedrich at MarkFriedrich7. And basically it's in German. I understand a little bit of German. Basically it's saying this is a queue or a line of people waiting to go into the Goose bullion store, gold and silver store in Cologne, Germany. And there's a question from Mark Friedrich. It says, confidence in the euro, our political system must be really low. So this is what it looks like. People queuing up. Is it photoshopped? I actually contacted Mark Friedrich. I'm trying to get him to do an interview with me soon and talk about what's going on in Germany as it relates to gold, if there's a gold rush, what it's about. I had a comment from someone else because I retweeted this. They said there's new anti-money laundering laws coming into effect 10th of January 2020. It could be because of this. People want to get their gold with cash before these laws come into effect. I haven't really read too much onto these new anti-money laundering law from the EU. We'll have to see what this is about. Mark Friedrich, he's written books with another guy called Vike. And they've got a YouTube channel as well. They talk about the markets, that they see a crash as well. So it says here, welcome to the personal website of the lateral thinkers, speakers, and best-selling authors, as well as independent advisors and fund initiators. So hopefully I'll get an interview with Mark Friedrich. He'll be able to explain to me what's going on in Germany, what was going on in that store in Cologne, when was that photo taken, is there really a rush to buy gold? Are people losing that much confidence in the ECB, in the euro, and their politicians? Who knows? So with that, let's go look at gold first. Today, instead of looking at the markets, I think we should look at gold and silver and the mining stocks and Hecla Mining as well, which is a silver miner that does quite well. When the price of silver does well, I wanted to show you all of those. So Gold has continued to go up this morning. It's just before 7 a.m. London. We've made a high of 1491.56. So let's look at that chart of gold. It's a weekly one. I've spoken about this falling wedge. Yesterday it started to break out. Someone said, oh, don't worry. It's going to come back below the trend line when the US comes in, but it hasn't. So right now we're at 1490. So continuing to break out. Could we have the same kind of move that we had from the end of May when we broke out of another falling wedge there? As you can see, it's possible. It's not guaranteed, but it's looking better. Let's have a look at Hecla Mining, which is a stock that I've followed and I've owned many times in the past. In the last 15 years, it's a good proxy for the price of silver if you don't want to buy physical. Am I advising people to do anything here? No, I'm just giving you my opinion and what I know about this. So as you can see, this chart goes back over 20 years. It's a very volatile stock, Hecla Mining. I think it's one of the oldest listed companies on the New York Stock Exchange. It's a pure silver play, Hecla Mining, silver miner. And as you can see here, it's been breaking out of a huge falling wedge as well. We have like a quadruple bottom here, very long term. And this is a good sign, seeing that the precious metals, gold and silver, are starting to pick up. So what about silver? What's silver doing this morning? Well, silver is outperforming again. We're up 12 cents at 17.56. Let's quickly look at the chart of silver. Yeah, we're getting close to breaking out of this flag as well. We're getting near the top of the flag, so we'll have to see over the next few days. Of course, it's going to be, markets will be closed tomorrow. Boxing Day in the UK after Christmas will be closed here as well, but in the US it will be open. Let's look at the HUY. HUY, of course, is the Gold Bugs Index. It's an index that measures mining stocks, the major mining stocks. Yesterday, we see here, it was up almost 4%, 3.66%, which is a good sign. A lot of times, you might not know, but we get a good move in the metals, in the bullion, and we actually see these stocks go down. And why is that? Well, because a lot of traders, investors hedge. They go long the other one and short the other one, but this time it seems like they're all going up together. So up 8 points. So let's see how, you can see the little chart there that we're approaching the 6-month high, but we're still not there yet. And I'll show you some longer term charts of the HUY. Here's a very long-term chart. Here's where the HUY went back when gold went to the all-time high of 1920. We were over 600 and we're still here at 227. We're still below the high from the summer of 2016 when gold was at 1375. Gold right now is at almost 1500. So it looks like there's a bit of catch up to do there in the HUY. And here's a bit of a shorter term chart. We've had a recent high this year as well that we need to break out of around 240. So that's the HUY. So let's have a quick look at the rest of the markets. The stock markets are continuing to go higher, of course. No surprise there. This morning, the Dow is up 14, the Dow future, S&P is up 2, NASDAQ 100 futures up 4.5. Currencies are fairly steady. The pound dropped yesterday, got down to 129. I still see the pound going lower, as you can see by this chart. I tweeted out the other day when we broke out of this channel and we're continuing to go lower here. There is some support around 129.20, which is the 38.2 retracement, Fibonacci retracement of the move we've had from the low in September to the high just after the election on December 12th. The euro, fairly steady, 110.86. Dollar yen as well, no change, 109.40. Also, the dollar versus the yuan is 7.01, just like yesterday. Crude oil remains fairly firm. It's off the highs. WTI is at 60.54. Brent is at 65.69. To finish off, let's quickly look at the bond market, the treasury market in particular. The 10-year yield yesterday did creep up to around 194, but we're back down to 192. It's down 1.5 basis points overnight. We need to keep an eye on that. If we see it creep up above 2%, that could be a problem for the Federal Reserve. But I'm sure they're keeping a close eye on it and might even institute QE for longer-term treasuries. Right now, they're doing QE for T-bills. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Please share it far and wide. And you can also follow me on Twitter, BitChute, Steemit, and DTube. Billy and I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a prosperous New Year. All the best. Take care. Bye.